Today, we're going to talk about one of the most iconic and overlooked coins in the U.S. currency system, the 1-cent coin, or as most of us know it, the penny. This tiny piece of copper and zinc has a much richer history than you might think. From its origins in the 18th century to its value today, the penny has undergone numerous changes and adaptations, and yes, it might even be worth more than you realize. Stick around as we explore the fascinating history, the value of the 1-cent coin, and how it might still hold a surprising amount of worth in today's economy. Let's begin by taking a trip back in time, way back to the late 1700s. In 1793, the first U.S. mint struck the very first official 1-cent coin. Before that, the United States was still using a mishmash of foreign coins, and there was a desperate need for a standardized currency. Enter the copper 1-cent coin, designed by none other than the famous engraver, Robert Scott. This first penny was called the chain cent, and it was a small, simple coin that featured a chain of links and a wreath on the reverse side. It was crude, and its design didn't last long. By 1796, the coin was redesigned, but the idea of the penny had been born and was here to stay. Over the next decades, the penny would go through a number of redesigns, becoming the familiar face we recognize today. Over the years, the design of the penny evolved, with notable milestones along the way. In 1909, the U.S. Mint made a major change by introducing a new design featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, created by artist Victor David Brenner. This marked the first time a real person was featured on a U.S. coin, and it's still used on the penny to this day. Another key change came in 1959, when the reverse side of the penny was redesigned to feature the Lincoln Memorial, created by Frank Gasparo. This was part of a broader effort to honor President Lincoln's legacy. And then, in 2009, we saw a special series of reverse designs celebrating Lincoln's life, before the final shift to the current Union Shield design in 2010. Throughout all of these changes, the penny has remained a crucial part of American life, despite many calls to eliminate it over the years. But how did the penny go from just being a small coin to a key player in the U.S. economy? The 1-cent coin plays a surprisingly large role in transactions. While its purchasing power has declined dramatically over the years, it is still used in many daily exchanges. In fact, the penny remains one of the most used coins in circulation, despite its limited value. It's because of the psychology of pricing. Businesses often use pennies to price items at amounts like $1.99 instead of a flat $2, even though the difference is just 1 cent. But it all adds up over time, and it's something we see every day. Interestingly, despite being small, pennies are still collected by many people. Pennies can be gathered in jars stored away, or even used to pay it forward in charitable ways. Even though they don't have much purchasing power today, they still hold sentimental and historical value for many. Animation of the composition changes of the penny over the years, showing copper, zinc, and changes in material. Let's talk about the penny's composition, as it has undergone significant changes over the years. In the early 19th century, the penny was made of pure copper, which gave it a rich, reddish color. But as the years went on and the price of copper rose, the U.S. Mint began experimenting with other metals. So, what about the value of the penny today? Well, most people know that a single penny is worth just 1 cent. But in the world of coin collecting, things can get much more interesting. While a typical penny from recent years isn't worth much more than its face value, certain rare or special condition pennies can fetch impressive sums. For example, if you happen to come across a well-preserved 1909 SVDB Lincoln penny, you could be looking at a coin worth thousands of dollars. The VDB stands for Victor David Brenner, the artist who designed the Lincoln portrait, and the 1909 S version is one of the most sought-after coins among collectors. Then, there are the era pennies, coins that were struck with mistakes at the mint. A 1972 double-die penny, for example, could be worth hundreds of dollars if it has the right type of doubling on the date or lettering. The rarer the error, the higher the price, and these pennies are some of the most valuable in circulation. Now, we have to ask the big question, what does the future hold for the penny? While it's been an iconic part of American currency for over 2 centuries, there's growing debate about whether it's time to retire the penny. The cost of producing pennies has been higher than their face value for years, and in countries like Canada, they've already phased out their 1-cent coins. Footage of other countries, like Canada, transitioning away from the 1-cent coin. Despite these discussions, the penny still remains in circulation in the US and continues to be part of everyday life. It's hard to say if the penny will eventually be eliminated, but for now, it still holds its ground. So, there you have it, the 1-cent coin. A small but mighty part of American currency, with a history that dates back over 200 years. From its humble beginnings in 1793 to the debates about its future, the penny has been through a lot. While its purchasing power may have diminished over time, it still holds significant value for collectors and coin enthusiasts. Who knows? The penny you have in your pocket today might just be worth more than you think. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of pennies, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating coin content. Have you ever found a rare or valuable penny? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, happy collecting, and keep an eye out for that hidden treasure in your pocket.